Hey, so today during our continuing education class, we talked about different cultures, and I talked about a little bit of LGBTQ. Um, so I wanted to read what I wrote. Um, I put some stuff in it. I left a lot of stuff out that I could have said, but um, yeah, it was quick. It was a quick little piece, but this is what I said. What does it mean to be LGBTQ? It means that people are always trying to label me. For me, it is loving who I want to love and being who I am. I am Thad James Bradley. I am not a label but a human. I bleed when I'm cut. I have a dog. And I love being in nature. One day, I was at a meeting with trans women, and I asked the host, who is Diane, where the trans men were and why the trans men were always quiet when they do show up. She made the point that when we are raised up in our birth gender, we are raised to play a specific role. If we are raised up as girls, we are taught to look quiet, to be quiet and look pretty. And if we are raised as boys, it's okay to be loud and rambunctious. That's when I realized how different we are. Girls are to be one way, quiet and reserved. And it's okay for boys to be boys. So many people are judged, labeled, and abandoned by people because of who they are or who they love. I have had people, family and friends, to come outright and tell me that if I transition, they would have nothing to do with me. And some may be watching this video. I decided that me being who I am, being happy and loving myself, is more important than keeping those people in my life. And it is. I was more accepted by people as a lesbian for 15 years than I am being trans. But at the end of the day, I have to be happy with me and the person I see in the mirror. My first girl crush was when I was 8 years old. I've always felt like I was in the wrong body. I couldn't put a name on it, and I had never even met a trans person until I was 24. The first trans man I met, I was 34. That was only 6 years ago. That's whenever I realized that for me to truly be me and be happy, what I had to do, I had to transition. I'm a human like everyone else, and I want to be treated as such. I know I may be the first and only trans person that a lot of people know. And a lot of people have even told me that. And I try my best to set myself as a good example. And I hope that others sees that we are no different from each other. There have been so many things to happen law-wise over the last few years on where trans people, people like me, could even go to the restroom. Or if we deserve the same health care as everybody else. And that happened this year. It's not a choice being trans. It's honestly life or death for a lot of us. So many trans people have died because they figured death would be better than being their true self. I've been there. I've been suicidal. But for me, I had decided to live and to live my life as me. That's what I said. Um, it's not easy to talk about being trans. It's actually more easy for me to talk about my mental illness than it is me being trans. My mental illness is I have complex post-traumatic stress disorder from childhood abuse. Um, and I have major depression and anxiety. Being trans, with the dysphorias, the labels, the hatred, it's harder for me to deal with. Um, I mean, you even get stuff said to you by the other people in the LGBT community about being trans sometimes. I know I've heard it. People are always going to be putting down people. People are always going to be judging people. Because it gives them a sense of that they're better than. But they don't realize Jesus hung out with the type of people that normal Christians, normal people would never hang out with. Yeah. And I'm not going to go into religion, but I believe in God. I believe that He gave us technology to do stuff. And being able to transition, is one of those things. Yeah, I know it's not as easy as being like Mr. Potato Head. Wished it was. But, you know, it's definitely a journey. And it's a journey that I'm going on. A lot of my life, I prayed that He would take my life. Because I knew people would act the way that they have. Um, I mean, I know this. And some of the people I've known since childhood. And it hurts. It hurts. I mean, some of these people I've known since I was 8 years old. Grew up with them. And it's like I would never tell them not to dye their hair or not to be themselves. Never. I always want people to be authentic and honest and, just be outright. Or just say whatever the hell they got to say right up front. But don't destroy somebody when you're doing it. Um, it's been a tough road. And it's going to be even a tougher road. Because there's still people that actually don't even know I'm transitioning. They're still on my old page. And they just think I changed my name to TJ. My family don't even know I've changed my name legally. I mean, in legit terms, I've only been transitioning for 2.5 years. It's a subject I don't talk about. I just don't. If people ask me questions, yeah, I answer them. But just to outright be like, hey, this is what I've experienced, or this is what I'm going through, or this is what I've seen my brothers and sisters go through in the trans communities. I know for me, I've got to live for me, but I'm also living for the other people that hadn't transitioned or that have transitioned and they just don't have a voice. I'm being that voice, just like people with post-traumatic stress disorder or people that have attempted suicide or been suicidal or have lost people to suicide. I have lost so many people to suicide, it's not even funny. Family members, friends, acquaintances. And I'm not going to do that to anybody. I can actually say December of last year was the last time that I was suicidal. And sometimes I'll read stuff on Facebook where trolls are telling people to go kill themselves, that the world's better off without them. That's not true. You never know what the hell somebody else is going through. Never. You know, it's like a lot of people think they know me and know my life, and they don't have a clue. Some people, I think that they know me pretty well, and they don't. I've realized that lately. Um, People only know what they want to see. They don't really look at the real situations or anything like that. You know? And people can look, even at this red that's behind me. Now, it's a red color, but is it cardinal red? You know, if I say it's cardinal, am I wrong? If I say it's red, am I wrong? You know, same thing with roses. If you look at them and you start naming colors of what it might be, are you wrong? Not really. People see things differently. Some people are colorblind, you know. So if they say it's a light gray, it's not wrong because that's what they see, even though it might be a baby blue. You just have to open your eyes and open your heart and open yourself. Try to put yourself in other people's shoes and try to realize how they may feel or why they feel the way they feel, you know? I read something where it said feelings are lies. Sometimes feelings are lies, but sometimes you know stuff. You know, if you love somebody, is that a feeling or is that an actual thing? I think it's an actual thing, but some people will disagree. It's a feeling, you know, they'll say, but life is crazy. Life is strange. But anyways, with the speech that I said, I said it, I think there was like over 50 people. Um, and it comes from the heart. And from what I know. And there might be some trans people that would be like, you didn't say this right, or you didn't say this, and, you know, or there might be a cis person that'd be like, well, what is that? What does that mean? You know, but I didn't get none of that. The group is pretty accepting, as far as I know. Sometimes we just have to be open to learn other people. Like I said in the video before this, that I realized I have a fear of Birmingham. I know why I have that fear. I was raised to have that fear. And I'm going to go live there at least for 3 months and see if that fear is legit or if it's not. I'm hoping to have my own place, contract signed, if I can get over the fear of contracts, by January. It's just something that I feel like this is what I need to do. I know people don't understand why I do half the things that I do, but I do. Anyways, I'm gonna go take my bath. It should be cool enough. And drink my drink and go to bed. I gotta be up at 7 o'clock in the morning to go get a truck. And I've got some people that's gonna be here hopefully at 9, and then maybe a couple other people come after 9. Um, got a lot to load. Got a lot to move. I don't even know if the storage unit I got is going to be big enough. I've already got 2 storage units packed out. And I got a little 5x5 that's empty. And then I've got a 10x15. If we fill up to the 10x15, I'll have to fill up the 5x5. And the 5x5 is hopefully going to be stuff that I know I'm going to need for my apartment. So as soon as I get my apartment, I can close it out and not have to deal with that. And then I got 2 5x10s that are packed full of furniture. But it's furniture. It's big, bulky chairs and stuff like that. So for the most part, I got a huge couch in one of them. It's kind of upside down, but it is what it is. Anyways, y'all have a good night. I'm going to make it through this weekend and this week. Feeling very hopeful and things. Been doing really well, doing work. And excited. I'm very excited with what's going on. So, you have a good night.